Peter Criss comments on Ace Frehley's absence from the Kennedy Center honors. This, the rock and roll weatherman. My name is Sean Morrison. Says that he was grieving so much that it hurt his heart a lot. He spoke exclusively and to length with Rock Candy magazine about life before, with, and after Kiss. He had a wide-ranging, revealing interview. He just turned 80 in December. He unlocked a large amount of subjects, including how he joined the group and that would become known as the hottest band in the world. Peter said how he joined the band. He put it in a local paper. This previous band's Chelsea and Lips were over, and that's when the future bassist vocalist Gene Simmons called and asked how if he was tall, if he was good looking, does he have long hair, was he willing to wear a dress and high heels, he's willing to wear lipstick, and he couldn't believe he was being asked that. But those questions fascinated him, and he said to his wife at the time that he has to meet the guy. And he got back from his honeymoon, Peter Criss, from London, and long before that, he found some really cool clothes there, so he went down to Electric Studios. They had to meet Gene and Paul for the first time, really dolled up, and Gene later told him he thought he was a rock star going into the studio to make an album. Good impression. When he joined Simmons and Stanley, he goes on to say the band played together for a little as a three-piece, but a man who would become a close friend soon entered the picture, and that was Ace Frehley. When he came wearing a motorcycle jacket, different colored sneakers, and the other guys were already playing. When they were playing with a couple different guitar players, but Ace didn't care. He just walked by and plugged in and started playing himself, and they were just impressed. And earliest influences were Alice Cooper and the Beatles, were the process that Paul, Gene, Ace, and Peter did have. They wanted the same thing and all, but he goes on to say about nobody knew who they looked like in public and everything. And they went to a club once, and he had told him he was Peter Criss at the door. And they're like, yeah, right. So then he had to start bringing his ID everywhere he was going to prove who the hell he was, and that is funny in a way, There was a couple of things he was mentioning here. Then he goes on to talk about the recent Kennedy Center honor ceremony with Kiss last December 2025, and it was a chance for the band to be together again. But sadly, Frehley passed away a few weeks prior, which on October 16th, like a month and a half, and Peter found very hard to cope with. It was tough for him because Ace wasn't there. He'd been very excited about going there. He said, Peter, I'm really looking forward to this, so not having him next to him was really hard. He cried a lot of times that day. He broke down, actually. He missed Ace. Wasn't the same. It was great to get the award, but he was grieving so much that he said it hurt his heart a lot. Friends, if you're not subscribed to the Sean Morrison YouTube channel, please do so. Everyone else has to subscribe. We thank much for the continued love, honor, and support. It is greatly appreciated. And Peter goes on to say he has done drugs for 42 years, and he gave up drinking 30 years ago, and he's too old for that shit. And now you see the real Peter Criss, and he's not a drug addict, a drum addict. I do find that funny though, and he does have a new solo album out. I believe it's called Peter Criss. I was pissed off because supposedly digital downloads they wanted to charge $1,000 for. Maybe I'll decide to give it a listen somewhere down the line. But he definitely was grieving Peter Criss on Ace Frehley's absence from the Kennedy Center honors, and just thought it'd be so when the guy was a very close friend of his. Your thoughts, friends? Shame, shame, shame